Hey everybody, in this tutorial I want to talk about WordPress posts. I know you all have been hard at work working on your home pages, and that's awesome. I know a lot of you have worked hard getting some demo content off of there, getting your own photos, getting your own headlines, and just a little bit about your site. But a big part of this class is actually going to be writing blog posts. And posts are really important in the world of WordPress because they are different from pages. Pages are more evergreen content, things like an about page that will stay up throughout the lifetime of your site and really not change at all. I mean, this is going to be something that's static and it's going to stay there. It's a page. You could have other pages like a resources page or a contacts page. Those things won't really change, but you could also in WordPress create what's called posts, and those are articles, those are news, that's content that's being updated regularly on your site, and they do differ from pages. And so today I want to talk about the posts feature because every single week you're going to be creating a new post on your topic and your blog. So when you click on the posts tab here of your dashboard, you have some options to see some draft posts or scheduled posts. You may see some sample posts that WordPress has given you. If you don't want to use the posts that they gave you or want to delete them, you can always just click here and press trash. You can throw those posts away. We're actually going to start from scratch by creating a new post. I'm going to press add new post, and now I'm going to be able to start writing a title, writing some text, and giving it some other features. So if this was my, title, and say it was an interview with I'm just going to use this as an example. It's a WordPress post that I had made several years ago with an interview that I had done. And so if this was your title, an interview with somebody about a band or about, their happenings or whatever you might want your post to be about. It could be, 7 tips for a great semester. It could be, where to go fishing in Central Texas. This is your chance to actually start posting to your site. And so I'm going to go ahead and just copy some text just to give me some paragraph text. I can go ahead and copy this. I, of course, don't recommend copying text. You're going to be writing your own. It should all be original content, but this is just being used as an example because it's my own post anyway. So it's an interview that I did, and so you can see that I'm using somewhat short paragraphs, and even this paragraph is just one sentence. And so it tells the story of this guy, Yusuf Omar, which he's a really interesting guy. He's a company called #OurStories. He's great. So you'll see here that I've got my scannable text. You might want to add something like a heading as well. So I might say something like in the beginning, where I have like maybe a subheading. I could maybe make that bold to make it look like a subheading, or I could change the paragraph type and turn it into a heading and make it, maybe an H3, which stands for heading 3. We'll get more into that when we talk about HTML, but this is a good way to start, breaking up your text and making it pretty scannable, readable. You might want to also take things like, a quote and turn it into a block quote to where it has a little bit of a different feel or look to it. And it's got this, line, and each theme will look a little bit different. And this is a good chance for you to just add some pull quotes within your site. You can also add things like, let's just say this was another part of it would be, say, a list of things that he has done or created. I could start creating a new block that said, Yusuf Omar has worked at the following organizations, whatever you might want to say. And so, of course, spell check everything. And then we could do like a quick little list here as well. So let me go ahead and make a list. And then you could write a few out. So this is just using lists as another way to break up your text. But one of the requirements, obviously, for each post is that you have 300 words or more. Okay, and so that includes headings, that includes, their citations and things like that. So 300 words. Another requirement, obviously, are links. I'm going to require that you have just one link. Okay, so you can see here that I've got this link to the Thomason Foundation website, which is one of the things that he had won. this award. And so I'm going to go ahead and just select this text, and I'll unlink it just so you can see the process for how we do this. I'm going to go ahead and delink it. So if I wanted to link the words Thompson Foundation Mobile Journalist of the Year, I could select the word that I want to link. I could press the actual link, and then I paste in that URL, and I can now open it in a new tab. That allows me to keep reading and let the user open this link in a new tab while still staying at my site. This is optional. I always recommend that you do let it open in a new tab, but now you can see that these words are linked. Okay, that's what I mean by an anchored or embedded link within your site. So of course you've got to have the text, the link, at least one link, and then a photo as well. So and again, I'm going to go ahead and just add a new block if I wanted a photo here. I know I've shown you this before. I'll just click add a new block, add an image, and I can upload one. And I have one that I've downloaded here called Yusuf. It was one that a graphic that I made. I got permission to use, and then I made the graphic with it. And that's what you're going to write in the caption. And of course, if I recommend that you take all your own photos, and that always is the best way to do these projects. Another way, obviously, to do it is to add a picture by selecting an image from Pexels or other free. Unsplash is another website that allows you to use copyright-free images. And so that's kind of the nuts and bolts of your requirements for your posts. And in the next video, I'm going to show you one more requirement, which is going to be adding social media or another embedded multimedia feature within your site. And that's going to be a pretty important part of your articles as well.